You know what? I want to tell you how this little apple right here changed my life. And I'm not talking about health. I want to tell you how this apple right here is going to change your life as well. This little apple. And you're not going to even have to eat one in order for it to change your life. It's something amazing that happened to me, and I saw and observed it because I'm a very analytical person, right? So I saw this thing happening and I wanted to share it with you because I want you to find change in your life if you desire it as well. Because it's really quite amazing when you think about how life is. Because, see, I got to tell you this part first before we get to the apple, but it's only going to take a few minutes of your time. But what I'm saying is, when you really look at life, I looked at life and you ask yourself the question, what really makes life good, right? Or what makes life bad? And a lot of people would say it's simply just decisions, right? And that's true, but it's another part of that coin that I have discovered that not many people have discovered if they are not having a life that's as good as they want it to be, right? So I want to talk to you about this apple, but I want to tell you that I want you to look at and think about the reasons and what's the other sides of the coin. And really, when you look at it, it's like, okay, the type of car you drive, that may, some people may say that makes my life good. It might be also the house you live in and um, the job that you work at or the career or your entrepreneurship, whatever it may be, you know, those things may be part of what's making it good. And at the same time, part of what's making it bad. It could be the girl that you choose or the man that you choose, if, you know, depending on your sex, whatever the case may be. You know, I know a lot of it's millennials out there, so, you know, whatever you prefer is your pronoun, I guess. But anyway, what I notice is with all of these different choices and different things that's adding up to make your life good or bad, how are you making your choices, right? And what's really happening? You know, are you consciously making these decisions or are you not really making these decisions, right? So this is the thing about the apple. This little apple right here. Now, for years throughout my life, since I was a kid, I want to tell you, I remember these apples in school. I remember these apples just showing up everywhere in my life. And I ate these apples. If I went to school when I was in from elementary, they gave these apples. I ate the apple because I had to eat some fruit. I ate the apple. Um, just all types of ways. My first lady, as a grown man, my first lady, now this is what happened. My first lady would always bring these apples home. And, you know, she would bring them home. She'd go to the grocery store, it was nothing of it. And she'd bring them home. But keep in mind, unconsciously, I don't like these apples. I really don't like them. I don't like the way the skin is when you get through, when you take a bite. I don't like how rough and tough it is. I just didn't like the flavor of it. It's kind of bitter. It's not really sweet. But one time she brought home some apples. I think it was called, well, a lot of times you remember, I think it was called like not Granny Smith, because I think these are, but honeysuckle apples, or it was honey crisp apples. I don't know. It was different types of apples, Fiji apples, just different types of apples that she started to bring, and I like these apples. Yet she also brought these, and I never liked them. They were cheaper. They were just, I just don't like these apples. These apples right here. I don't like them. So finally, when I became conscious of the fact that, I do not like these apples, why am I allowing these apples to continually show up in my life? And I'm dealing with these apples in my life, even though I do not like them. In fact, I despise them. I don't like them. But I kept eating them. Every time they show up, I kept dealing with them. And I did that since I was a kid with these apples. And then I told my first lady, I said, I don't like these apples. I said, I want to banish these apples from my life. She had no problem. She said, oh, well, I won't buy those anymore. I won't bring them anymore. And this is the last one. The last one. And I'm not going to eat this one. But this is the last one that's in our house. Right? And so this is what I want you to think about. And this is how this apple changed my life. I saw that what has made my life as good as it is making micro decisions like that, right? I made a micro decision. To give you an example, and I ain't bragging about nothing, but I'm just trying to help somebody, help you, help you if your life is not where you want it to be. And everybody is still growing, because I'm still growing. There's still some things I want to do in my life. It's not perfect, but the micro decision that I made, that, I want to start a film production company, music. I want to do music. That was a micro decision, and I went in that direction. I sold my CDs on the streets and talked to people. I did a lot of stuff. I ended up working with a lot of different people that can help me. And, now I did an album. I got Snoop Dogg on there. I got BG on there. Two of my favorite rappers, No Limit and Cash Money. Two of my favorite rappers are on my album, The Greatest Never Signed. You get it on my website, SmokeeWhine.com, by the way. But we ain't talking about that. But what I'm saying is, I'll put the link in the description. But anyway, what I'm saying is, that was one decision. Then I got my own film studio. Then I had a decision that, this woman right here, she's great, and I got with certain woman, and, I made a decision, and you know what, I want 2 kids, and that's it. I want to do this. I don't want to smoke. So I stopped smoking, Now I'm on this thing where I said, you know what, I want to work out 3 times a day. I want to make what I want to happen with my body be faster. Another thing I said was, you know what, I don't like the way people are always perceiving me. So I wanna wear suits. I wanna wear more suits. So I started buying more suits, and so you're gonna see me in more suits. And so it's just little micro decisions, stuff like, you know what, I want to drive this kind of car. I'm gonna drive, I don't want nothing but these types of cars. These are the types of cars I want. I want cars that mean something when I drive them, make me feel good when I drive them, so I only want to get these types of cars. And since I've been doing that, And I consistently keep on making these little micro decisions that make my life better. And not only just getting rid of things like this apple that make me sick, but taking all types of things in life and then just saying, okay, I want everything in my house that I look at to be something I want to look at. And then I'm in the process of that, getting rid of things that I don't want to look at that. Or I just want to look at luxury. Right now, I'm cleaning up my studio. I'm changing my studio. I got a new shelf in here. I was, it's happening, but it happened ASAP. Soon as I noticed that little story about this app. So I want you to do that. I want you to take stock in all of the things that's around you, that's not serving you, that's not helping you, that's not making you feel like you want to feel. Start processing your way out of it. If it's a job that you hate, start looking for another job. If it's a career that you in that you don't like, start looking for another career. A house you live in, or a car you drive. All of these things, just make little conscious micro decisions about all of the things that's around you. And I promise you, you're going to look at yourself even a year later and you're going to be better. 2 years later, you doing this, you're going to be way better. 3 years, I don't know. Ooh, you're going to be astronomical better. Things are going to change because you changed. Because you took a look at the things in your life that you don't like. Just like I looked at this apple, I do not like them. They out of my life. I banished them. They're gone. They're no longer going to get into my system. So thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe. If you feel like this helped you, hit the like button. That will really help this video spread to more people so they can get the help they need. Because everybody's life should be what they want it to be. So you only get one. Why are you living a life eating apples that you don't like? Why? Why?